Hey, I'm Tony K. Welcome to Transformation School. Today's lesson is Generations Voyager class Roadbuster. For transformation from robot to vehicle, skip to 3 minutes 32 seconds. If you want to skip to transformation from vehicle to robot mode, go to 11 minutes and 7 seconds in the video. As you can see, I've already got them out of the package. I picked this figure up loose at Pop Culture Paradise and G.I. Joe vs. Transformers in the Arizona Collectors Marketplace in Phoenix, Arizona. Check the video's description for an address and contact information for the store. Excellent store. If you make it to the greater Phoenix area, I recommend you stop by. I doubt that you will leave there without picking up a figure or two. Anyway, let's get started looking at this figure. This action figure comes with a sticker sheet. Since I picked this figure up used, somebody had already applied several of the stickers. Looking at the weapons, they can combine in a variety of ways and connect to a variety of weapons ports on the robot's body. The official instruction sheet shows a couple of different combinations for the weapons connections, both in robot mode and vehicle mode. The first official layout looks something like this. In the second layout, according to the official instructions, but my preferred weapons configuration, I'm going to leave this cannon on the shoulder. I don't like leaving my projectiles in the spring-loaded weapons because I usually end up launching them by accident and either having to hunt them down or not being able to find them at all. I like this assault rifle, but I'm going to add this piece, and I'm going to put the missiles on the side, and I will add this to the top of my rifle. I'm going to use this middle peg so that when he's firing this high-powered weapon, he can brace it against his shoulder. Now let's get started with our transformation to vehicle mode. I'm going to set the weapons aside. I'm going to lift the chest from the bottom. It unpegs at the waist. There's a tab and a slot. I'm going to fold it all the way up. Set them down here for a second. Scrunch. And there's a piece on the grill that rotates out. Same on the other side. I'll stand him back up. No, we won't. We'll sit him on his butt. We're going to rotate the arms so they're pointing up. And now each arm and shoulder assembly is double hinged, connected below his head. We rotate it on both hinges, and then this piece slides underneath. There we go. And now his arms have two pins at the elbows we're going to rotate that up. And there's a tab at the back of his forearm that pegs into his shoulder. Let's look at that from this outside. Rotating on both pins and tabbing in. Now there's a tab that pegs into the hood of the car. And there's also a tab on the inner forearm that tabs into this space. Don't know what to call it else. What else to call it? There we go. And now the legs. I'm going to straighten them. Let's go to the other side of the figure. Fold the wheels out. Tilt the foot back on this pin. And then rotate at this point. And that lines up. Doing the same on the other side. And now we've got a slot and a tab and another tab and a slot. And we tab the legs together. And now our knees have 2 pivot points as well. And we'll fold on both of those points. And the feet fill in the top of the car. I've got a tab on each side. Here we have Roadbuster in vehicle mode. And again, there's a couple of different official weapons configurations. The first official configuration, according to the official instructions, has the projectile launcher there, the assault rifle here, correction, has the projectile launcher there, the assault rifle here, this grenade launcher, laser cannon, rifle scope, I'm sure it looks like something else to somebody else. This weapon here. This is missiles, right? It's gotta be missile launcher. Or toothpick holder. And this weapon here. So that's the first official weapons configuration. The next combines most or all of these pieces into one. We've got our projectile launcher. Under that is this weapon. Under that is this weapon. This piece slides on to the front. This one has the slot that slides onto the rifle's handle. And then this one on the side. And it's his Mega Ultra Weapon. That's an unofficial title, by the way. Last but not least, my favorite configuration. Assemble these. Tap the projectile launcher there. the assault rifle here with the scope grenade laser cannon there, and it falls off. Missile launcher here. Oop, see, I didn't mean to do that. Spring-loaded weapons. And then I'm gonna do that. And I peg this on here. This is how I like to see it. But I'm sure there are a lot of comic book fans out there who would say the official weapons configuration should be, and we'll see their configuration someday, somewhere. Now for a transformation to robot mode, we'll unpeg all of these weapons. And we got a tab underneath here connecting the brown to the green, and the same on the other side. So I'm going to slide that back just a little bit. Maybe lifting up on the feet would help. There we go. I'm going to open up the legs, separate the legs, rotate the foot towards me, and then down, and again towards me, and now away from me. Fold the wheels in, and we'll come to the front side. Move those legs just so we can keep the camera where it's at. I'm going to free the tabs on the arms. And now I've got the two pivot points to rotate the arm up. Same on the other side. Rotate the hood of the car towards me. I'm going to fold this piece in here. Same on the other side. And then continue folding down. I've got the tab underneath the front of the car and the slot on his waist. Tab that in. A good squeeze. Oh, and his arms are still tabbed in. There's a tab connecting the forearm to the shoulder. Untab that. And then let's look at the other side here. We've got two hinges to move his arms on. Back to this arm. At the very beginning of the video I showed you the official weapons configurations. So I'm now going to put it back into my favorite configuration. As soon as he stops falling over. Got the rifle. Got this weapon that slides onto the back of the rifle. The scope. This piece, actually that's not going to work very well as a scope because he can't get his eye up to it. But for my imagination, it works just fine. I'm going to peg the rocket launcher onto the side, and using this middle peg, I'll put it in his hand so that he can brace his ultra powerful rifle against his shoulder. He's got a shoulder mounted rocket launcher, but to avoid any misfires, he is going to hold his ammo in his hand until he's ready to assault. And that is it for today's lesson. Class dismissed.